Y'all are tapped into another episode of PPP, the Pigskin Posse Podcast with Tim and Ryan. I'm Tim. That's Ryan. What's going on with you, brother?
What up?
Oh man, same old, same shit, different toilet. That's what I always say.
Hell yeah.
Did we not have the most interesting, like, I'm not even gonna say interesting, the best fucking college football playoff weekend last weekend since they implemented this shit?
Yeah, because usually it's one close game or it's close for most of it and somebody breaks away or somebody's getting the shit beat out of them the whole game. I mean, you could argue that TCU pretty much handled them boys, but
And Michigan came back, made it close though.
yeah, but two pick sixes, that's gonna fuck you up every time, man.
Yep, and we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But before we talk about anything, me and Ryan want to send our prayers out to Damar Hamlin and his family. He has seemed to make a full recovery. Well, not a full recovery, but he
He's
has breathed.
responsive. He's fully
He was responsive.
almost.
He's able to talk to his teammates and his family. I mean, if you don't know by now, Damar Hamlin made a routine. Like that's what's crazy about it. It's a routine tackle.
It was a routine bang bang, and then like adrenaline pumping. Yeah.
Yeah. Then he just passes out like that. And what's crazy is I was looking at shit on Instagram. That is the same field that Tua had his concussion on. That's the same. That's the same field that if you remember Ryan Shazier, I think one of the, like, towards the end of the season, that's the field that he had his career-ending injury on. He was paralyzed from the neck down, and that's also, it's kind of fucked up to talk about. Not that we've seen another very unfortunate situation. That's also the same field that AB took that big hit from Vontaze Burfict, and everybody said he got CTE.
A lot of career-altering things happen on that field.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Once again, me and Ryan are both, very thankful and both very, happy that Damar Hamlin is, he's responsive and he's able to talk to his family. It's just good to see, because that was a scary sight. That was pretty scary to see, man. On live TV too. Like this
is why back in the day people was petitioning for football to be over.
Mm-hmm.
There's situations like this that really this makes you fortunate that you're able-bodied and moving, things that we probably take for granted every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that this young man, the fact that a lot of light was shed in this situation, the type of person he was, things he was involved in with the tour drive, how he gave back to his hometown and things of that nature. And the fact that the first thing he asked when he woke up, did we win? Lets you know of the camaraderie and brotherhood that is taking place in this game of football. Because a lot of these players, they're around each other more than they're around their own family.
Mm-hmm.
More than around their own friends, their children, and things of that nature. So for his mind to still be on the game when he woke up in the hospital is just astonishing, and it's a true testament to his character.
Yeah, I also want to give props to Zach Taylor and Sean McDermott for pulling their players off the field after the NFL was pretty much trying to get them to continue. They told them, I think it was like take a 5 or 10 minute break, and Sean McDermott and Zach Taylor both like, man, fuck you. Ain't nobody playing, like, nobody's playing football right now. Like it's certain things that's bigger than football. Me being a huge football, me being not just a football but a sports fan, I don't care if a player plays for a team that I don't really watch very often. I don't care if a player plays for a team that I just absolutely hate. I never want to see anybody get hurt. I never want to see anybody, have any serious injuries or go through something like that. There's things that's bigger than football, and there's things that's bigger than sports. I mean, this is a life we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Like this isn't just an athlete. Also, Also, believe it or not, bro, this shit ain't just been happening in football. This has happened in basketball. It's happened in soccer. It's happened in, I think, baseball. And I think they really gotta, they gotta do some research on this shit and find out why it's happening.
Do you think this stems from COVID?
I think it comes from the vaccine, the COVID vaccine. I mean, all we know is there was a reason why the fucking league, well, I'm not gonna say the league, but there was a reason why a lot of places was pretty much telling us you had to get this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could go on and on about that, but that makes for a completely different topic. But Damar Hamlin, we rooting for you, man. Like I said, once again, we're both happy to see you're okay. But we got to talk about Mr. Fucking Mr. Shit Bayless is what the fuck I called him. After that bullshit after that tweet he made during the game, fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
him.
and I remember seeing it, and I'm just like, so you still want to see football after that? Like,
Pretty
so
much.
you don't give a fuck about what happened to this man or nothing, as long as the Bills secure the home playoff advantage throughout the whole playoff. That's all you cared about. And I think Skip and Shannon's relationship is near over if it's not
Yeah.
already. I mean, it's not even stemming from this situation, but I think this puts the cherry on top with previous arguments they had with the Tom Brady situation, and they don't seem as close or as cool or as cordial as they once were with one another. So I mean, like Shannon couldn't even give his monologue without Skip. Well, I'm not taking the tweet down. I meant everything I said about the tweet. So it's just like, okay, fuck you niggers. That's how much. I mean, that's what I took from it. And it's kind of like it's kind of disappointing that he's on the same OU bandwagon as me. But I mean, whatever. He's from Oklahoma. My family's from Oklahoma. I have ties with Oklahoma outside of Oklahoma football, but that's neither here nor there. But the fact that you don't care about human life says a lot about a person's character.
Right. Then he tried to. Oh, okay. Let's just go back to the tweet, shall we? This was Skip. I went back and wrote the shit down because this how pissed off I was about the whole situation. This word for word. No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which is irrelevant. Of course, he had to throw that, which now seems irrelevant bullshit in there. Like, we know what we saw what the fuck. It was a little which now seems irrelevant. You could have left that off. We know what the fuck you was trying to say. You didn't care that this man was pretty much laying lifeless on the fucking field. All you cared about was the goddamn football game. As much as I love football. Anybody that knows me knows how much I love football. But shit like this, bro, I didn't want to see them fucking go back out there and play. I didn't think there was going to be any way they were going to be able to continue this fucking game. Simply because when you play in a competitive sport and then, there's a break in action and then there's something that serious going on, you lose all your adrenaline, your mind's no longer, you lose all your adrenaline, your mind is no longer on football. And it would have been hard for them to go back out there and try to, get re-energized and, regain the passion for what the fuck was going on. Like that. There was no, especially after what they just saw, like, come on, man. There was no way you could have expected them to finish this fucking game. And as you know, as a sports journalist, as somebody that's been in the fucking sport for, somebody that's been covering sports for, 30, 40 years or whatever, I expected better from this man.
Yeah.
I expected better. And, going back to what you were saying, Skip and Shannon's work relationship seems it's more of a work relationship now. Like, I think after this is very broken because this ain't the first time that Skip has disrespected Shannon, not even with just the Tom Brady situation. Yeah, it's been a couple times I feel like Shannon's wanted to really come across that table on Skip. And I shout out to Shannon Sharp. I commend Shannon because it's been a couple times Skip has said some shit that I don't think me, you, or very many other people would have been able to restrain ourselves from coming across that table.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It just really is unfortunate because I don't even watch First Take or really even pay that much attention to ESPN programming for personal reasons. But that's like that's like really my go-to sports talk show
Right.
that I love, and it's kind of disappointing that it's going through this. Hopefully things turn around. They're able to mend their relationship, but I don't know. It's looking like Shannon might jump ship, go back to ESPN at this point. I don't know, but they need to figure it out. Prayers to Hammond and his family,
Mm-hmm.
speedy recovery, and the Lord uh, allows you to play football, that would be so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And this shit it's so scary.
Yeah.
It's so scary because like your life can change like that,
In an instant.
forever. So we just have to be more appreciative of things in our lives because we
Mm-hmm.
try to focus on progressing and having a better life, a better quality, and doing more things, experiencing things. But it's also important that we take a moment to, you know, just be appreciative for the little things, the small things,
Right.
things that we take for granted every day, such as walking.
Right. And also, for all you parents that saying, "Oh, my child, I'm never gonna let my son play football." This is something that had like this type of stuff happens in every sport. It wasn't the hit that maybe it could have been, but this type of stuff, like what we saw, unfortunately, it's happened in every sport, not just football. I don't, I mean, it's unfortunate the way that happened, and I don't think it's also. I think it's also unfair for you seeing a lot of backlash at people coming at T. Higgins like that's it's not his fault. That's a root. That is you see that tackle being made every every game. And I watch a lot of it. You see it in college, you see it in high school, you see it in the pros. Like it's I don't I don't think it's anybody's fault. It's just it's just an unfortunate situation. So for all you parents saying, I mean, and I know we have a lot of parents that were already against football, but for those of you that are, now saying, "Oh, I'm never gonna let my son play football," this could happen in any sport. It can really like you could like I know y'all watch basketball. There's still contact in basketball. You could come down and
basketball.
we've seen that. Like there's been players that have collapsed on the basketball court, just from just putting too much pressure,
Last college season that happened.
Yeah. And then if you remember what year was that? It was like when Louisville was in the I think the Final Four or something, and Kevin Ware broke his leg.
Horrifically. He's never played organized ball ever again, at least on a high level.
Right.
And no disrespect to him or his family. Yeah.
But this is just we're just throwing it out there that if you really don't want your child to play football, I can't argue with that. I can't tell nobody what to do with their kids, but I just want to throw it out there that this type of stuff happens all the time, not just in football. But I'm all for, and I'm all for player safety and making sure that kids and adults are tackling the right way, not trying to intentionally hurt anybody or anything like that.
Right. But it's important that playing sports injuries happen. We try to with rules and pads and equipment and things of that nature, we try to minimize as many casualties as possible. But this is unfortunately part of the game.
Yeah. But once again, man, I don't know if we can say it enough. Damar Hamlin, wishing you a speedy recovery. Like Ryan said, if the Lord allows you to play football again, I think that'd be a hell of a comeback story. But just focus on your health and focus on getting back to full health. Getting back to 100%.
Amen, brother.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna move on to something a little more positive. Going back to the college football playoffs last weekend, TCU with the major upset over Michigan, 51-45. Ryan, what was your thoughts and your takes on this game?
I mean, the very first play of the game, they break like a 50+ yard run.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan does, and it's just like, oh boy, here we
Here
go.
we go again.
But like the most remarkable thing I could take from that game is how fast and physical TCU's defense is, bro.
Yes,
Like
yes.
normal plays that would have been like a 10, 15-yard gain turn into like a 2-3 yard loss
Yeah,
because Sonny Dice got those boys playing sideline to sideline. They are hitting. They are not waiting
yeah,
for you to come. They're coming to smack you. And it was refreshing to see some new blood in the playoff and have some success. It also was I mean, it kind of confirmed how I felt. I didn't feel like JJ McCarthy was that great of a quarterback.
no,
I felt like he was a good, game manager, good decision maker. But I mean, throwing 2 pick-sixes, bro, and that was the difference. That second pick-six
mm-hmm.
was the difference in the game. So it turnovers are costly, and this is
Yeah.
why you try to minimize turnovers as much as you can.
Turnovers are very costly, especially at this point in the season. Like in a game like this is the college football. It's the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is like the AFC and the NFC conference championships in the NFL. You cannot make any mistakes or turn the ball over in a situation like this. But going back to what you said about McCarthy, I never really thought McCarthy was that great of a QB. I mean, when you got Michigan averaging over 200+ yards a game, you know, he can get, you know, he can have these games where he can get off. I mean, we saw it in the Big Ten, not the Big Ten championship game, but when they played Ohio State. Ohio State was so honed in on trying to stop the run that McCarthy was just killing them deep downfield with that play action. And I was definitely surprised by TCU's hitting and tackling because they wasn't just shoulder tackling. Like they was wrapping them the fuck up. And if we being quite honest, neither one of these QBs played particularly well in the first half. Max Duggan really didn't play.
Max Duggan turned up. I mean, they both threw 2 interceptions, but
yeah,
it wasn't 2 pick-sixes.
Yeah, well, Max Duggan didn't. He played much better in the second half, and so did JJ McCarthy. And I mean, I do give JJ McCarthy his props because if it wasn't for him, I don't think that game would have gotten as close as it was because TCU was really not letting them run the ball.
I think.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. You
good. Michigan has averaged over 200 yards rushing the entire season. Michigan has averaged that much, but TCU, I think, is one of the first teams to hold Michigan over under 200 yards total rushing, a total of 200 rushing yards.
Again, and honestly, the most pivotal moment to me because TCU gave up that pass play, which I felt like was a touchdown, but the replay showed that his knee was down before he crossed the power line. And that fumble the next play, I feel like that's what turned the whole entire game around and opened it up for TCU. And I mean, another point I'd have to make about TCU as a team is how the explosive their offense is.
Yeah.
They can gas you for huge chunk plays at any moment in the game, which is going to be extremely interesting to see how Georgia's defense handles that. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I was just going to say, don't talk about it. How we get to that in a minute. But yeah, like you said, I was very surprised at how well TCU's offense played. Kendra Miller, he gets hurt in the first half, and then the backup running back, Mercado, he comes in, rushes for 150 yards and a touchdown. And he looked good. He looked really good.
Why wasn't you playing him over?
That's what I'm saying. And shout out to Quentin Johnson, TCU. He had when he caught that short pass, I think it was like 36. I know it was 3rd and long. And he took that thing right up the sideline for a touchdown. That's when I'm like, yeah, the game is over. Because when Max Duggan threw that pass, I'm looking like, why is he throwing it to him? He's behind the line of scrimmage on fucking 3rd and long. But I didn't see there was nobody on that side of the field. And like I said, he took that thing and ran it in for a touchdown. So, he also played Quentin Johnson played a hell of a game at wide receiver.
Yeah, he definitely should get a look at if he's draft eligible. So what's your biggest takeaway from that game?
I think it was a combination of I think Michigan underestimated TCU. I also think that they in the back of their mind, they thought they were just gonna come in there and run over TCU. So they was just looking ahead to the national championship game. And I think they were looking ahead at playing Georgia. I think going into this game, they thought that, you know what, we're gonna go in here, we're not even worried about them. We're like our focus is on Georgia. Y'all can make what the fuck you want to make about that that touchdown that was called back or wasn't called the touchdown. But if we being honest, I don't really think that. I'm not gonna say it wouldn't have mattered, but let's be honest, fucking TCU was up 21-9 going into the second half.
But if they would have got that touchdown, it probably would have been like, 16, 17.
Yeah, and I mean, it probably could have gave them some momentum, especially like I think at the end of the game, they only lost Michigan only lost by 6 points. So if they would have made that touchdown, maybe. Also, I wanted to ask you
one of those pick sixes.
Yeah. Also, what I wanted to ask you was that caught the supposed targeting penalty. Like they challenged it to see if they were going to call it a targeting penalty. Do you think do you think that was targeted, and do you think that would have had any effect on the game? Because that's all the fuck I've been seeing. That's all the fuck I've been seeing when people talk about this damn game.
First of all, I don't feel like it was targeting because he didn't leave with the crown in his helmet. And second of all, like what point of the game? I think like TCU was up like 2 scores at that point. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure. That was like the first half.
No, that was the last play of Michigan. That was the last play of Michigan having the ball. If you remember, and this is why I say I don't think it would have mattered if they would have called the fucking targeting penalty or not. It was 4th and 10 on the fucking on TCU's on the opposed. No, it was 4th and 10 on Michigan's 25-yard line with like 25 seconds left in the game. Even if they would have called the targeting penalty, that's not putting y'all over fucking midfield. So y'all can be pissed off about the targeting penalty not being called, but I mean, it's college football. I've seen crazier things happen, but I don't think even if they would have gave them a targeting penalty, I don't think they would have helped Michigan. And you can say what you want about that that touchdown that was called back, but let's just call a spade a spade. Michigan didn't play well. They didn't play well, especially to start off the game. And TCU just took advantage of it. Those two pick sixes is what fucking killed y'all. That's what those two pick sixes, y'all not converting because I think they fucked up on a 3rd and goal. They fucked up on a 3rd and short situation. Just Michigan didn't play well. They didn't play well. They didn't game plan well. So, sorry about you. That's all I got to say about that. But congratulations to TCU, man.
I mean, for real. I'm not gonna call them a Cinderella team, none of that shit. That's insulting. It justified the committee's thinking by putting them in the playoff. I think the committee is like 3-0 now. In situations with the team that gets in that doesn't win the conference championship, they always make it to the national championship now.
Yeah.
So that's a proven fact. We'll talk about the national championship game later, but I don't know because Stetson Bennett didn't really play his greatest either.
Yeah, moving on to the other college football player game, OSU versus Georgia. I didn't write that score down. Now I gotta go
40, 41, 42.
I think so. Hold on. Now, my bad, y'all. I'm not. I'm not on.
No. Okay. Well, while you looking for, I'm gonna say this.
40. Yeah, you was right. 42-41. Georgia wins 42-41.
But like, dog, bro, like, Okay, never mind. Because the committee let 2 teams in when they conference in. Okay, this particular go around, but I mean, damn, bro, CJ played. If you ever was gonna play your best game ever in college, that now would have been the time, and he did, bro. Some of them throws he was making, I'm like, yeah, only elite quarterbacks and
Yeah.
elite wide receivers can make plays like this. Because like I ain't seen even Alabama. All the battles they've had in years past. I ain't seen a quarterback like Georgia's defense up like that.
Mm-hmm. Not
And
at
like
all.
probably since Matthew Stafford was playing, that's like the last time I've seen they defense get lit up like that, or maybe the second half of the last championship game with Tua was playing. But like, yo, I hope Marvin Harrison Jr. is okay.
Yep.
CJ, you're a 2-time Heisman finalist. I know you made some NIL money. Just go. Go ahead and go. You ain't got nothing else to prove, bro. You left it all out there on the field. You did a damn good job. Shout out to Stetson Bennett for coming over to those turnovers and whatnot. Shout out to Georgia for not giving up when it was looking kind of shaky
Yeah.
at points in that game. But damn, bro, Ryan Day, you gotta find you a fucking kicker, man.
You got to find you a kicker and a fucking defensive coordinator. Just saying, you got to find you a kick. Bro, this is like 2 straight years where Ohio State's defense has been fucking garbage. And going back to what you was, but you could, because they got what they got fucking destroyed by Bama in the national championship like 2 years ago. But going back, go ahead.
I mean, that team was just that, I would like to see that team go get the LSU team. Yeah. That's all I had to say. But shit, LSU probably destroys them because they had White going sideline to sideline. Anyway, continue.
Once I would also like to give a shout out to CJ Stroud. I hate Ohio. Everybody know I hate Ohio State and I hate Michigan with a fucking passion. Can't stand either one of these goddamn schools. But I was a really big fan of CJ's, and like CJ, you played the game of your life, bro. You played. If you would have done the shit in this game, scrambled, like use your athleticism to your ability, there was quite a few games you had. That was the question with Ohio State throughout the season. Y'all played. There were a couple inferior teams that you guys played that y'all should have beat. And I feel like if CJ would have done what he did in this game, I definitely feel like they would have beat Michigan. He would have been I think he would have been either if he didn't. I don't know if he was going to beat out Caleb, but he would have made it close. And most of those games that he played in that were close, they wouldn't have been as close because I think that's why he was able to torch Georgia. Because that wasn't in the game plan, was to try to fucking contain CJ.
I mean, he hadn't shown it, and I felt like he was gonna do this. We kind of talked about it, outside the pod.
Yeah.
But I mean, shit, if they was gonna win, he's gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
He didn't have a choice. He's gonna have to do that.
We said that in the last pod episode. Like if Ohio State was gonna have any chance in this game, CJ was gonna have to play the game of his fucking life, and that's exactly what he did.
And the number one thing I outside of the score and the outcome and all the shit that went on during the game was I just love the fact how Ohio State went out there and played football. Fuck you, I'm gonna play some football, and I really appreciate that. Because they got some timely turnovers that led to touchdowns in this game. And I mean, damn, bro. I mean, that last drive, it was all but over, bro. I'm like, okay, so I'm like, damn, Ohio State, they finna win since what last time they won was like 06?
So no. Well, Ohio State?
Yeah.
No, they won back like
14.
I was gonna say they won back in 2014 because they had Zeke and Cardale Jones and all them motherfuckers on that damn team. But jumping off into the stats, CJ 20. They were actually when it on the passing completion ratio, they were actually even in that aspect. CJ went 23 of 34 for 348 yards, 4 touchdowns. Stetson Bennett went 23 of 34, 398 yards, and he had that pick. Neither one of these teams ran the ball particularly well, which is surprising for Georgia. Georgia only managed 135 yards. Total.
Impressive.
A Russian. That was and that surprised me with Ohio State's defense because Ohio State's rush defense is not all that great. But I think yeah. I think the turning point in the game, in the Georgia game was when Marvin Harrison Jr. got hurt, because before he got hurt, he was torching their ass.
We also said
torching their ass.
We also said that too last pod. They're gonna have another key to success is if Marvin Harrison Jr. They're gonna have to go off, and I'm like, I hope he don't get hurt because they're gonna try to fuck him up.
and that's exactly what they did. Yeah. Before Marvin Harrison Jr. got hurt, 5 receptions, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then Emeka Ibuka on the other side, 8 receptions, 112 yards, and he played particularly well. Yeah,
but that's why this is for any offense. I don't care what scheme you're running on. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That's why it's so important for your offense to have a guy, dude at wide receiver. Because if you're gonna be that dude, it's gonna make him look good. It's gonna make the tight end look good. The running back in the passing game gonna look good. The slot dude gonna look good. It's gonna be a whole domino effect.
And go ahead.
And that's why Emeka Ibuka got. I mean, honestly, bro. He had about like maybe a month and a half not doing shit. I know these 3 games.
At the beginning of the season, yeah.
No. I know he had 2 games leading up to the Michigan game where he didn't do too much. And I don't really remember hearing his name a whole lot in the Michigan game. This year either.
You didn't. Because
that's about a month of not doing shit on the field. So I was happy for him that he got off. But like I said, if your offense is gonna have that spark, you need a wide receiver that's just gonna make plays and get it going. And so that way, it just opens your whole offense up. And that's exactly what we saw from Ohio State. That was Ohio State's best game of the 2022 season.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Deion said it best. In order, like, not just having a wide receiver, but you got to have a QB that can spin the damn ball. Because you're gonna be in situations like this to where you're gonna be down, and you're gonna be in situations where you're gonna have to fucking throw the ball. So you want to have a QB that can throw the fucking ball. So
speaking of QB, not to get off topic, but shout out my boy Jackson Arnold for winning Gatorade National Player of the Year.
Yes, sir.
No, in the United States of America. You feel me? Boomer Sooner.
Shout out Jackson Arnold, man. Speaking of OU, how you feel about Dylan Gabriel returning for next season?
Well, you knew that. He sure as hell didn't do. I mean, he did enough to get undrafted. Yeah. He did enough to get undrafted. So some shit.
Agreed.
But if I had to, I mean, like, I don't. Be honest with you, bro. I'm not. Well, I do remember Jeff Levy because, that Baylor team with RG3 and all that good shit. But it's like, okay, bro, if Jackson Arnold is spinning that mug, don't bullshit, because there was a lot of high praise for Mr. General Booty. And like the game Dylan got hurt, he was looking like, I don't want to get the fuck in there.
Yeah. Because he saw Texas is all over y'all motherfucking ass. No disrespect.
It's football, man. You win some, you lose some.
Yep.
Sometimes you lose bad.
Yep. So we got to go ahead and get it out the way. What is your prediction for the college, the national championship, and what do you think the final score is going to be?
The national championship. Okay. Going Georgia. Honestly, I see this game really going 2 ways. Either Georgia just goes out there and beats their ass on, every facet of the game, or TCU finds a way to keep it close, like 20-27, type shit. So one scenario I got like 20-27, another scenario I got like 45-13 Bulldogs.
Right.
So things I'm concerned about for this game on Monday is when the play breaks down, are they gonna quarterback spy Max Duggan, or is he gonna be able to run like he's been doing the whole year? Because that's honestly this what's been carrying them outside their explosive plays in the passing game and in the running game. Is when the play breaks down, I'm just gonna run. I mean, like when I saw this motherfucker take off on the sideline, break a 65, 55-yard run on us, I'm just like, you motherfuckers better win the Big 12. So that way I won't feel too bad about it.
Right.
And they did.
Well, I mean, they won the college football playoff and went to the national championship. So it's like, fuck, we lost to TCU. I mean, is that really such a bad fucking thing?
TCU and they first no. What hurts the most is that Max Duggan is a former Oklahoma quarterback. That's what hurts the most. And then like I remember Lincoln Riley's like, oh fuck no, you're not going there because my brother is a fucking offensive coordinator. We're not gonna have this is bullshit. So okay. Yeah, so I got Georgia winning. Part of me wants TCU to go out there and shut these SEC motherfuckers up, man.
Yeah.
Please shut these SEC motherfuckers up.
Yeah. It would be nice to see. I think Georgia wins. Biggest reason is because Georgia actually has your mic's on, bro. Oh, okay. I'm so like
not this angle shit. That glare has been fucking with me this whole time. I'm trying
you good.
Work through it.
But Georgia actually has the #1 ranked rushing defense in all of college football. You know, that's a lot of fucking teams. TCU's defense is like bottom 100 and everything. Then again, I don't think that matters because of what the fuck they went out there and did to Michigan. But Georgia, I mean, who else they gonna play? This is the last game of the fucking season. They got to see TCU. Mm-hmm. So I think if TCU, they're definitely gonna have to hone in on the run. I think they're gonna have to put Stetson Bennett in situation. They're gonna have to put him in some tough situations, which I think he kind of showed he can overcome adversity in the previous game. And this is one of them games where I think Max Duggan, just like with CJ Stroud, I think he's gonna have to have the fucking game of his life. He's gonna have to go out there and sling it. And I mean, look, I'm rooting for TCU because I'm like Ron said, I'm tired of these fucking SEC motherfuckers. But I'm rooting for TCU, but I think Michigan's gonna get it done. I'm going final score 45-23.
TCU?
No, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
I mean, hey, it would be cool to see TCU win, but I don't think they will. Not saying that they can't. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not saying TCU. Yeah, if they do win, it's gonna be a close game. But I'm not saying TCU can't. This is college football. We've seen crazier things happen, but I'm not saying that they can't. But this is Georgia we talking about here.
And if it does happen, bro, they gonna need 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minute, 9 minute drive.
Yeah.
To kill that clock, because if not, okay, yeah, you had an explosive play, you scored. Okay, just get the ball right back to Georgia. The defense didn't rest, and now fuck. But Stetson Bennett, I mean, he's better than I felt about him last year.
Yeah, he killed the last game. He's killed it this year. He was a fucking Heisman candidate.
This motherfucker he has his first now Ohio State game looking like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? This Stetson Bennett?
Yeah.
But I think Georgia they'd be the 4th team ever to win back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and I mean, this was solidified Kirby at Georgia forever. Like when he leaves Georgia,
he's a legend.
He'll be done coaching.
He's a legend for sure. But yep, me and Ryan both got Georgia in the national championship. Like I said, we not saying TCU can't win, so do not come for us in the comments and trying to blast. Hey, if you want to blast us, go ahead, because it's just gonna get us more exposure. We would both love that. But we're not saying TCU can't win. So
I mean, I picked Michigan to win. So I mean,
that says a lot.
Yeah, I hate fucking Michigan.
I hate them too. You know damn well I can't fucking stand Michigan. I can't stand Ohio State either. But I like CJ. I like CJ. All right, go transitioning over to the NFL. We do have Saturday football this week. Very important week. Very, 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 very important week. There's a lot of playoff implications. So Saturday we have the Chiefs versus the Raiders. In order for the Chiefs to clinch a first round bye, pretty much they need. I think the Chiefs just need to win. Which speaking of the Bills and Bengals game, it will not be resumed. It was ruled a no contest, which good job NFL. And I think also with them ruling this game a no contest, I think they said that if the Bengals and the Bills do play in the AFC Championship, I think that's supposed to be or if they play in the playoffs, I think that game is going to be at a neutral site. So we'll see how that plays out. But
they're gonna play in Rhode Island,
Pittsburgh, come on, come to Acroshire.
They gotta go.
Acroshire.
They gotta go to like the for real Midwest or some shit, or like go to Florida.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but in order for the Chiefs to win, to get the first round bye, I think they just have to win. And then that's the 3:00 game, and then we have the Titans and the Jaguars for the AFC South title, and this game is going to determine if the Titans win. In order for the Titans to get in the playoffs, they need to win this game. There's no hey, we can lose and then this person needs to win. Low. The Titans need to win this game. The Jaguars are actually in a they're kind of like a win-win situation. So if the Jaguars win, of course they're in as the 4 seed. But if they do lose, if the Jags do lose, in order for them to get into the playoffs, they need to have the Dolphins need to lose. And the Dolphins, the Patriots, they need the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Steelers. They need all three of them teams to lose, which I don't think all three of them teams.
Y'all win.
Hold on. Yeah, we gonna get into that. But
okay.
I got you. I'm gonna get you together in a minute. But yeah, I don't think the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Steelers are gonna lose. But going to what you were saying, yes. We're the Dolphins have the last playoff spot. In order for my team, Pittsburgh Steelers Nation, in order for us to get into the playoffs, I need the Bills to beat the Patriots. I need the Bills to beat the Patriots, which I think is very doable, and I need the Jets to beat the Dolphins. I'm a Jets fan on Sunday. I am a Jets fan to the fullest on Sunday. Come on, look, bro. I ain't got nothing but good things to say about New York this weekend. Come on, Jets, Jets, God damn it. Come on, come through for me. Please, I need this one. But yeah, man, in order for
you think dude's that guy?
Kenny Pickett, we're gonna talk about that a little later, but
no. I'm talking about the dude on the Jets, white, like the backup quarterback, he's white.
Mike White. I think he's
bro. Bro, that's so fucked up. But like when they drafted Zach Wilson, I'm like, what you do that for? I feel bad for him to be BYU quarterback next 5 years. Fuck yeah, he went to BYU.
Well, let's be honest, bro. Look at the fucking Jets the Jets history of drafting QBs the last like 5 years.
No, you said 5.
Well, not 5, but like the last like 15. Mark Sanchez, Sam Darnold, which Sam Darnold's played well with the Panthers. That's a whole nother story. With that, we're gonna save that for our off-season episode. But yeah, Sam Darnold, and then now
this nigga missed football because he called mono, bro. We're eating dirty. Like what the fuck? Man? How is it? I don't even understand that shit. Mono. How do you? Anyway, continue.
Yeah, but yet the Dolphins. In order for like I said, the Dolphins hold the last spot, but the Patriots and the Steelers, the Patriots and the Steelers can get in. If in order for the Dolphins to get into the playoffs, they need to win and they need the Patriots to lose. In order for the Patriots to get in, the Patriots either need to win or they need Miami to lose. Plus, they need us to lose and they need the Jags to win. That's why I say it's going to be a very interesting Sunday. Of course, the Ravens, they clinched the playoff spot. I think with the game being ruled to no contest, with the Bengals and Bills game being ruled to no contest, I think that crowns the Bengals the AFC North champions.
Do you think, like, for Buffalo, this kind of fucks them out if Kansas City wins and they lose? Because, like, what could have that game been when they played? You know, that's, and that's what's going to make a whole lot of motherfuckers try to sympathize with Skip, I feel like, once everybody watch football this weekend.
Yeah.
Because then everybody going to be talking about that shit on Monday.
And, I was talking about that to somebody. As much as I hate the Damar Hamlin situation, you're not gonna like this, but the NFL is taking this shit as an opportunity to get viewership. Because that's before every game, before the players
moment of silence for it.
Yeah, you say what?
They're gonna do a moment of silence for him.
Yeah, they're gonna do a moment of silence and they're gonna put something on the screen as a dedication to Damar Hamlin. And I hate when they do that shit because it's like, y'all, this man the man damn near died on the field.
I mean,
like it's a dirty. I mean, they do it in every fucking sport. It's just like when with the NBA and the Black Lives Matter and the Kobe's death. Like they all take advantage of that shit. But going back to your original question, in a way, yes, and in a way, no. I mean, either way it goes, the Bills they're gonna win their division. And either way it goes, they were gonna be fighting for the number home field advantage and the number one seed in the AFC, regardless of, I'm not gonna say regardless, but either way they were gonna be fighting with the Chiefs. It was just gonna come down to the last game, who's gonna get the number one seed. So I think it doesn't matter more than it doesn't matter more than it fucks the Bills, I guess you could say. It doesn't matter more than it matters. Mm-hmm. If I make any sense.
Yeah, I got it. So I guess we're gonna be doing this until we get to February.
Yeah. Well, we gotta switch over now. We gotta switch over. No, my bad, motherfucker.
Hold on, nigga. I know you finna go to motherfucking NFL, bitch ass nigga. But I mean NBA, but
that's NFC. You can't even fucking get it out. Look at you.
Well, I don't even want to talk. Okay, my mind automatically went to the NFC East, bro. Because I know one of these motherfuckers, man. I know one of these motherfuckers is feeling. They probably end up playing each other, bro. That's what it's feeling like, either the divisional or like the NFC Championship game. I don't know. Playoffs next week.
Yeah. Actually, I wasn't gonna go straight to the NFC East. I was like, and this is crazy to me. The game that I was finna jump to, bro. The Lions are in a fucking must-watch game. When is the last time we've been able to say that shit?
When was the first time?
This is like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when's the last time we've been able to say the Lions are in a must-watch game? But the Lions, they made
the last playoffs. Sue Stafford and Megatron was on the same team. Yeah,
true. But the Lions and the Packers is actually game of the week Sunday night, and I was actually looking. I'm actually looking forward to this damn game. In order for the Packers to get in, they just need to win. All the Packers need to do is win because I think they hold the tiebreaker over the Seahawks. In order for the Lions to get in, the Lions need to win, and they need to hope that the Rams can beat the Seahawks, which I think even with a backup QB, because Baker Mayfield actually ain't done too bad, which we're gonna talk about him a little later. He actually hasn't done too bad with the Rams. The Lions need to win, and they need to hope that the Rams can beat the Seahawks. Both teams are actually sitting at 8-8. What's your thoughts and takes on this?
Go Seahawks. Go Gino. Let's go, Gino. Shout out to the Big 12, man. I'm still gonna be a Big 12 fan. I'll probably watch more Big 12 once you make the jump to the SEC. Now, Brent, you better figure this shit out now.
Get all the recruits you can. Which I'm happy for that, because then we can just go to Mizzou. We can go to Mizzou and watch Oklahoma kick their ass every year. Like they used to. Like they used to.
No, I mean, but I think the last time you lost to Mizzou was 2010. That might have been the last time you played them too.
Yeah.
Anyway, get on top.
Who you got between the Lions and the Packers this week?
He's a bad man. I don't trust Jared fucking Goff.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, that's the Jared Goff. I know that guy right there.
I mean, I was getting ready to say he has actually played really good this season. So, yeah. I mean, and shouts out to Dan Campbell. I really love that coach for that team. He, like you said in the previous episode, he has that team trending in the right direction. So, you know, I'm not a Lions fan, but you know, I'm excited to see what this team can bring in years to come. But as well as you, I have the Packers. They are in Lambeau, and this is a situation to get into the playoffs. Yeah, I'm taking not in the playoffs, but to get to the playoffs. Yes, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers and the Packers at Lambeau.
So, at home too.
Yeah, yeah. So,
boy, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Now transitioning to the NFC seeding, 3 teams can actually clinch. Has the opportunity to clinch the number 1 seed. Just some things need to happen. The Eagles and the Giants play. The Giants are going to sit their starters, which I think is going to fuck them. Which I think actually helps the Eagles. All the Eagles need, in order for the Eagles to get the number 1 seed in the NFC this weekend, all the Eagles need to do is win. That's all the fuck they need to do, which I think they can do because the Giants are sending their starters out. I'm not counting Tyrod Taylor out. He's a serviceable QB. The 49ers can clinch the number 1 seed. They need to beat the Cardinals this weekend, and they need the Eagles to lose. And of course, what's up?
Is Jalen playing?
Yeah, well, he's trending in the right direction towards playing.
He needs to play. He can be rusty. I wouldn't want my quarterback the next time he plays the playoff game.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to take snaps, be in the game environment again, I feel like. And then honestly, him getting hurt when he did was bad. That's what kind of fuck that was bad.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a minute too. But also Dallas has the opportunity also to clinch the number 1 seed. In order for them to clinch the number 1 seed, they need to hope the Eagles lose. They need to hope the 49ers lose, which I don't think that's going to happen. And they need to beat Washington, which Washington can actually still beat them. So and then we've already went over the Lions.
Hold on, man. Dog, nigga. Wasn't that like last year, 2 years ago? We like, this is the worst fucking team in the division of the NFL.
Last year, actually.
Now these niggas potentially is off in the. Bro, this is like 07 again.
Yeah.
This is like 07 again.
Yeah.
When the Giants won, 06, 07, whatever fucking year that
was. Anyway. 07. I remember because that was one of the only I've only rooted for Tom Brady in the Super Bowl 3 times, and that was one of the years. It was both years against the Giants. I couldn't stand Eli Manning.
I'm sitting there, man. I'm just like, this motherfucker is Tom Brady killer. Like,
yeah.
So he dominates. Hold on. So he dominates. It's a weird triangle like that UFC. So he dominates Peyton like routinely almost. Mm-hmm. And then until he got to the last couple years in India, then he got to the Broncos. And then Eli goes the most important 2-0 in the fucking Super Bowl against Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And then this motherfucker got more rings than both of them. But right. What cost?
Yeah. Everything you got to pay the cost to be the boss.
Yeah, shit, man. Tom over here throwing millions of dollars around ain't nothing but tax write-off. But like, still, to just be able to donate that much money to somebody's charity is rather impressive.
Right.
But anyway, fuck it, man. This okay. I mean, honestly, bro, I'm feeling like, and I hate that, but I feel like this might be the year they could get to the 3rd round.
I think so too. I've been saying that all season. I tell everybody, I'm like, look, don't kill me, don't think I'm crazy, but
that promo.
this might be the year that they get. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this. Look, man, I hope I don't regret saying this. And for those of y'all that can't stand Dallas, don't attack me. But if Dallas fuck around and get to the NFC Championship, this is a big if Dallas get to the NFC Championship, this might be the year they fucking go to the Super. If they get to the NFC Championship, I'm telling you right now, they're going to the Super Bowl. I think they will.
I don't give a fuck who they're playing against. Okay, except for one. I don't know how it's formatted, so I don't want to say how that shit looks stupid.
We find out after this weekend.
Nigga, if they get to the NFC Championship game, do you know how many Cowboys jerseys gonna be in that stadium?
Don't even remind me, bro. Dog, if they get to the Super Bowl, I'm not coming outside. I'm going to work and I'm coming home. If they get to the Super Bowl, bro, I'm not watching Skip. If they get to the Super Bowl, I'm not watching Skip and Shannon for a fucking month. Because that's all the fuck that's all we gonna hear. How them Cowboys, get your old ass down.
But you know, and I've said this before, but what was crazy, bro, all the Dallas fans, they didn't say shit about next year's our year. We'll be right back. Fuck you guys. And it was just nothing. They honestly like, man, you motherfuckers be right forever, man. This is bullshit. I love these guys.
And then here come Jerry Jones. You don't know the size of the check I'll write for another Super Bowl. Motherfucker, write the sell the goddamn team. But we'll see after this year.
Nah, nigga, that's gonna be like the Hines family and the Kraft family and your team's family. That's just gonna get passed down from generation to generation.
Yep. All right, so we got to talk about some little, I'm not even gonna say controversies. This is just, stuff that needs to be talked about coming up for the offseason. So, of course, it goes without saying that Derek Carr has they benched Derek Carr for the rest of the season. And it's been reported that he's not going to return to the Raiders. So my question to you is, what teams do you think should sign Derek Carr? Because, I mean, he's been a pretty good QB. I mean, you can only do so much when your team's never had like a fucking top 15 defense in the NFL.
Did you see that meme where it was a picture of Derek Carr? He took the mask off and it was Tony Romo.
I didn't see that.
Well, anyway, to be honest with you, teams that will take. Okay.
Before you continue, let me give you all the team. Well, no, they more than likely they're going at gonna take Bryce. They're gonna draft Bryce, but
they might sign him to a 1 year. They might take him for 1 year, just so they don't throw him directly in the fire. Kind of like the Kurt Warner, Eli Manning situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or the Mahomie Alex Smith.
Yeah. So these are the teams that need a QB: the Atlanta Falcons, the New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay, Tennessee Titans, obviously, the Indianapolis Colts, the New York Jets. Well, we don't know because depending on how he plays, Mike White might be the starter next year. But the New York Jets, the Carolina Panthers, and Washington. Out of those teams, what team do you think should sign Derek Carr?
You got to throw Jets in there. I think Carolina's going to give Sam another chance next year. I still say Houston. Throw him in there. I'll throw the coach in there. It's kind of feeling like Derek Carr might be a backup starting next year. I don't know where, but that's what it's feeling like. But if the draft was today, where would the Raiders be? If you know?
The Raiders actually don't have a first round pick this year. Their first round picks went to if you remember correctly, their first round picks went to Green Bay to get Devontae. But I don't agree, bro. I think I still think Derek Carr can be a starter in this league. I think if you put him on a team that they have a decent offense, they got they have they have a decent defense. I definitely think he can. I don't think he's going to take a team to the Super Bowl by far. But I definitely think that, he can take a team to the playoffs. If put in, I'm not going to say if put in the right situation, because I definitely think he can make the best out of a bad situation, a la what they did last year. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, if
You know, that's why Buddy didn't play this year because he was getting fucked up last year. He was catching
yeah,
tight end. He was catching them passes, and that nigga was getting up gifting every time.
and that's why they went out and got Devontae because it's like we gotta get somebody else. We gotta get these motherfuckers off him. But personally, if I'm Derek Carr, or I'm not even gonna say Derek Carr. Personally, if I'm Tampa Bay, because Tom's gonna retire, or he ain't coming back. I don't think
He's
so.
gonna hold y'all. Not y'all. Well,
And we're gonna talk about that in a minute.
I'm a Tom Brady fan, but he's gonna hold Tampa Bay hostage, kind of like the Ozzie Smith and the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, they're gonna have to force his ass into retirement.
Yeah, we'll just pay you to retire, nigga. But like, damn, bro, you got like a half a billy damn near sitting on the table to do Fox.
Right.
But honestly, I don't want to see Tom Brady talk fucking football. I didn't see you play it for fucking 20 plus years.
Right, like, bro, just go be a fucking family man like you should have been the first fucking time. Go away. Just go away. Go retire. But personally, if I'm like, here's my thing. Most of these teams on this fucking list have tried to go like the free agent route, and it's not working out. Mm-hmm. Or like the free agents, like New Orleans, they've tried it with the last 2 years, which I got a little something to say about New Orleans. Not necessarily about New Orleans, but I got something to say about them in a minute. But like New Orleans, Indy, Washington, they tried to go the free agent route, and they haven't been able to get a big name free agent. It's been like the Indy had to make a trade to get Carson Wentz, and they had to make a trade to get Matt Ryan, and it just hasn't worked out.
Nigga, that's like Sacramento calling Nick Young, hey, we got $100 million. Well, I'll be there today. Right. It's like, nigga, that's the only way they can get a big name free agent. That was for a lack of a better term than Nick Young analogy. But, bro, like, you have to overpay to get that. And, like, we've seen that scenario happen so many times, like when T.O. went to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Nigga, that nigga ended up in Cincinnati real quick, and he honestly was balling. That was
he didn't play too bad.
Yeah, but that was just fucking Chad running his fucking mouth. But anyway, free agency has worked so much. Look at the Rams last
year. Yeah.
So you can't necessarily say that. The year well, they didn't win the year, but they got damn close. James Harrison went to the Patriots. Did they win that year?
No, they didn't win that year.
They lost to the Eagles that year, I think.
I believe so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they were very close. But like, free agency has worked or has proven so much success to where it's never gonna stop. But like, well, we're in the age of shortened contracts and shit, which is kind of cool, like 3-year, 4-year contracts and whatnot. So, with that being said, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, somebody would give him maybe a year contract.
Mm-hmm. Just to come in and help develop the next QB. Like you said, I mean, I could see him in Houston as a backup to, try to help. What I think if he does come in, if he's not a starter, he's gonna go to a team like Houston or Carolina. Well, maybe not a Carolina, but whoever drafts CJ or Bryce to help them develop. But at the same point in time, I think his ego is going to be a little too big to, come in and be a backup, because it's like I had the starting job snatched away from me. I didn't lose it. So I definitely think that's going to, fuck with his ego a little bit. So
your play got you there, son. You went out
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say his play, his fucking shitty ass head coach, not blowing leads and his shitty ass fucking defense.
I mean, bro, like, this Josh McDaniels is a good. Steve Spagnuolo figured it out. I'm a better defensive coordinator than I am a head coach. Okay, so why can't Josh McDaniels just be a good play caller? That's all you got to worry about, is just call offensive plays. Because you want to be a head coach, but he ain't a head coach. He's not.
Yeah.
He's at. I mean, I'm not saying Derek Carr is all world, but like, you can win football games with Derek Carr.
Yeah. He's a more than serviceable QB. I mean, he's gotten his team to the playoffs twice. 1 year he got hurt. Last year, the Bengals, they got cheated out of a fucking playoff win, that bullshit ass dead ball touchdown in the back of the end zone. But we all know how that shit played out. Fuck them. Fuck the Bengals.
Joe Burrow gave us over to the referees or something. I don't know how that shit happened.
Should have gave it to a
Bengals
fucking
is just
offensive
cash
line
and
because they
checks.
damn near got him killed, and they gonna get him killed again this year. Also, and another question I had was, now if Tom does retire, which I mean, I think it's more likely than not likely. If Tom does retire, do you think Tampa Bay should look at a QB in the draft, or do you think they should go after like a Derek Carr, a veteran QB? Because I mean, while free agency is coming up, and there's going to be a couple, experienced QBs that they could probably go after. But do you think they go after QB in the draft, or do you think they go after a veteran QB in the offseason? If Tom retires.
Well, let's dial back for a second. Like, with the Derek Carr thing, like, not Pittsburgh, I'm sorry. What is Las Vegas asking for? They might ask for too much and he might end up staying. And then going to the Tampa Bay situation, they 8-8 or 9-8 or 8-9, but they secure the division. And where if they go in the playoff run, Tom might stay. Or okay, let's say Tom retires, they'll be middle of the pack. This is not at the beginning of the year. We thought it was going to be a quarterback draft. After CJ and Bryce,
right?
Who else? Because dude from North Carolina already said he's coming back. So like nobody really had. Stetson Bennett has to go. He's like a 6-year fucking senior. You got it.
Yeah.
So I don't know at this point. It's not really a quarterback draft, and so if the Raiders aren't asking for something fucking crazy, it could be a high priority trade for them. Like we'll have more of an idea of that come like mid-February.
Right. Well, I don't think they're gonna have to trade for him because I mean we don't know.
They just paid him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They did pay him. So I don't. If they release him, I definitely think Tampa Bay should, give him a look because they have a good, they have a nice solid defense. Mike Evans is locked up through 2025. Chris Godwin is there through 2024. I think Leonard Fournette is also there through 2024, which he may be out of with the way he ain't played very good this season. With the way he's played this season, hell, he may not be in the league in another fucking 2 years. So
that's not funny. That's fucked up.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, if I'm Tampa Bay with an already established team like this, I look at a veteran QB, bring in a veteran QB for the next couple years, let these guys play out their contracts, and then blow that shit up.
Yeah, because it's clear that the continuity is gone, the spark is gone. I think what kept that team together was a combination of Bruce Arians, like his overall presence and how he ran shit, and then like how Tom came with this almost military-like approach to the game, discipline, structure, and things like that. And I think that's gone. I think you have a head coach that doesn't want to be a head coach and doesn't want Tom to be his quarterback or his team. Because he either looks pissed off or confused, and I know what it is. He's tired of Tom and bullshit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's gonna be great to see in the coming months and weeks, but Derek Carr might not go nowhere. He might be starter week 1. Because I mean, damn, bro, he's part of the reason why you got Devontae there. If Derek Carr wasn't playing now, would Devontae went there?
Yeah, that's true. Ain't no telling.
Also, what was that?
Next question. Do you still see Baker Mayfield as a back? Is he going to be a career backup, or do you think he can still be a starter in the NFL? I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first. Okay. I still think Baker Mayfield can be a starter. I definitely think so. Here's why. I mean, you've seen the job he's able. He hasn't done. He's actually done a pretty good job with the Rams, coming in, not getting a whole lot of time with the playbook. And
30 hours.
Yeah, like he was able to get a win with not being there a full fucking 48 hours. Also, you know, that game he had against Denver. Denver hadn't given up more than like, I think 20 points the whole season. So, you know, they have a couple times, but they were averaging like the defense was only giving up like 18. They were only averaging 18 points a game. Like that was their average. He comes in on Christmas Day, puts up 50 plus points on that team. And I mean, he's actually looked pretty decent. I still think he could be a starter. Just he has to be put in the right situation. Like come on, man, let's call a spade spade. That Carolina bullshit, him getting traded to Carolina, that shit was a dumpster fire to begin with. Matt Rule was already on his fucking way. Right. Matt Rule was already on his fucking way out the door. So it's like, come on, man. The Cleveland shit was kind of different. I really don't like the way they did him because, you know, he played hurt the season before, and then they go out and, you know, they get Deshaun Watson and pretty much let him know, like, hey, this is going to be our guy moving forward. And then y'all send him to a fucking team like Carolina to where they have fucking head coaching issues. So he just didn't have a fair shot in Carolina. That's my take on it. What's your take on it? He like, hold on, let me light this blunt because I'm about to get stressed up talking about this shit.
This is a joint. And Oklahoma has a track record of producing quarterbacks don't do shit in the NFL. I'm just looking like with Kyler Murray, Baker, Buckfield. Well, no, Kyler got his second contract. Fuck that. But Baker, I mean, like, I just feel like he just came in with too much cockiness and like they kind of put a target on his back and kind of made him disliked in the locker room. So I think now Baker is finally going through that humbling process to where if he just has time with a scheme and the offense and just goes out there and just let it rip, play football, bro.
Right.
It could be different, but I mean, he's limited athletically. But I mean, any quarterback with a pocket set can throw a nice fucking pass.
Right.
But the fact that he won the game in 30 days lets you know that he deserves to be in the NFL. Lets you know he's not a fluke or a bust. It lets you know in the right system he can fucking flourish. So no, I don't feel like he's done in the NFL. But at the same time, like it's just a stigma with the dude, and I mean he is flamboyant, but he's definitely a good quarterback. Maybe he, speed of the NFL fucks with him a little bit, but he definitely can play NFL football.
Right. All right. Moving on to in and out questions. Minnesota goes home in the first round. You in or out?
They're gonna tease us. I'm out.
I'm in. I am all the fucking way in. With the way they played against fucking Green Bay, and I mean it's been evident all season. Minnesota has their defense is fucking garbage. You're garbage, not guard. This ain't low class defense. This high class defense. This is high class bad defense. This is garbage. A defense is fucking trash. With the way they played against Green Bay last week, I think they lost like 36-3 or 36-9 or some shit like that. Their defense is trash. Kirk Cousins, once you get to him, you start hitting him a couple times, you get him rattled a little bit. He gets very timid. He starts making stupid ass throws to prevent himself from fucking getting hit, or trying to draw I guess you could say draw a roughing the passer penalty. But I don't see Minnesota going very far in the playoffs. I really don't. Once they get to a team that the Eagles or the Cowboys or the 49ers, a team that can really they have weapons on each part of the fucking offense, they're gonna get ran out of their fucking building. Yeah. At least I think so.
Yes, it's possible, but I mean, damn, Minnesota wouldn't have got to the fucking playoffs after the games.
Yep.
So
their offense is winning them games.
They're gonna tease us. They're gonna win the wild card depending on who they play, and then they get to the second round and maybe play a close game, and then they lose late. Or they can go out there and fall in their face and have a typical Kirk Cousins game.
Yep. So you out on Minnesota losing in the first round?
Yeah, I'm not on that. They gonna
Okay.
give them a cupcake. If Washington make it, they get no.
Washington ain't making it. Washington.
Something
They
like
might
that.
get the Giants.
Yeah, somebody like that. I mean, shit, down whoop they fucking ass.
Yeah. There's been rumbles of Jim Harbaugh possibly returning to the NFL to coach. I think the only teams that are available are Denver, which we're gonna talk about them too in a minute. Denver, and Carolina. Like, are you in or out on Harbaugh returning to the NFL to coach?
Well, yeah, he sees his ceiling. He has a system built to beat Ohio State. It's not built to compete with the SEC. If Ryan Day has a better kicker, he'll be competing for his second national championship within what 3 years, 4 years, something like that. So yeah, but I mean, we've seen this situation before. Adrian Peterson talking to Jerry Jones. So it's happened. But this motherfucker might pull a Pete Carroll and say, fuck y'all.
Yeah, go straight to the NFL.
For real. So, oh, y'all want to put sanctions and shit on me? Bye. As much money as I brought to the NCAA in this institution, because I had a drink with somebody, or I met somebody somewhere, or we actually had a conversation, and this how y'all want to do it? Fuck y'all then. I'm gonna go get this NFL money again.
Right. I'm also in on Harbaugh returning to the NFL. I mean, you got to remember a couple of years ago they was talking about firing his ass because he couldn't win a. He hasn't won a bowl game there. For a while there, he couldn't fucking beat Ohio State. This, he has two back-to-back years in the college football playoff. And I think if he was gonna win a national championship, this would have been the year to do it. They put you in a perfect fucking situation for you to get to the fucking national title game, and you couldn't get it done. And with them having the sanctions on you, with you not winning a bowl game in the past 5 years, but having success at that program, and he's coached in the fucking NFL. So I mean, I can definitely see him coming back to the NFL. I don't know if he'll end up at the fucking, with the Broncos or the Panthers, but I can definitely see Harbaugh coaching back in the NFL for sure.
I'll tell you what, I mean, how's Carolina's defense? They still ass.
No, Carolina's defense actually is pretty good. It's just been, the offensive side of the ball.
McCaffrey's gone, but Chuba's still there. So I feel like they're okay. And all they need is a coach who's been there before. It might work out.
We'll see. There's been a lot of rumblings of Sean Payton possibly going to the Broncos. Are you in or out on that?
Well, they did fire one. I'm like, where did you hire them? I think because they kicked that 60-yard field goal. Mm-hmm. This shit. But yeah, I mean, okay. It's not as bad as the media try to make it seem in the locker room in Denver. And that's definitely I don't know if he likes cold weather because he coached in the dome for so long, but
right.
He's part of Bill Parcells' coaching tree, so he don't give a fuck about coaching no cold weather. Right. So maybe. I mean, I think he wanted to fuck with a quarterback that can make some passes. I don't know.
Yeah. I would like to say fuck Sean Payton, and I am all the way out on him coaching Denver. Here's why. He had 1 year without Drew Brees. 1 year without Drew Brees. Didn't succeed and said, fuck this, I'm out. That was his translation. I can't win without Drew Brees, so I'm not coaching. Which is why I don't feel that all the criticism of fucking Mike Tomlin is fair, because Mike Tomlin is still in the playoff race. This is his first year without Big Ben. Mike Tomlin is still in the playoff race. Mike Tomlin still may not have a fucking losing season. As a head coach, it's your job to figure it out. He decided, he had a Pro Bowl quarterback. Sean Payton had a Pro Bowl quarterback for so long, decided, I see I can't win without him. I can't win with what I got. So fuck this, I'm out. I wouldn't want that man as my head coach. So when shit get rough, you're gonna walk out on, when someone shit get rough, what you gonna do? You gonna walk out again? So no, I'm not. I mean, I'm not knocking Sean Payton. I don't think he's, I don't think he's a terrible coach. I mean, the man did, have a fucking, what was it, a 10 plus time Pro Bowl, produce a 10 plus time Pro Bowl QB. Even the years that the Saints was, their defense wasn't, the team wasn't all the way up to par. Drew Brees still was going off all those fucking years. So, I mean, I don't think it'd be a bad hire, but after what he did, after what he did to New Orleans after Drew Brees retired, no, I don't, I'm out on that. I wouldn't want that man as my head coach. Just, me personally, I don't play pro football. I didn't play in college, but me personally, no, I wouldn't want that man as my head coach. Like, fuck Sean Payton. That's just my thought process on it.
Fuck Sean Payton.
Just so you in or out?
I'm out. I mean, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. If I'm being honest, it'll be like shit, bro. Like, okay. When they lost that Super Bowl to the Seahawks, I was like, man, fuck Broncos, man.
Well, they came back and won it 2 years later.
Not because of Peyton.
Yeah, that's true. That's just the defense, because Peyton played like ass that game. He wasn't all that season either. We call it a spade a spade.
Yeah, bro. It was his first season. Steroids, boy.
Yeah. Next up, in or out, you think Miami should come up with a contingent backup QB, come up with a backup plan for a contingent backup QB, or a backup plan in case Tua, just with all the fucking concussion and shit he taking? Do you think they should come up with a backup plan in the offseason? Like either like go sign like a fucking Derek Carr, or is this a serviceable backup?
That's what I was going to say. Get Derek Carr.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get that motherfucker, and yeah.
I'm all in. I'm all in. I definitely think they should, start coming up with a backup plan. Tua's had that, he had a hip injury, which they were already skeptical on him. Now he's had 4 concussions this season. So either there's a chance that, I hate to say this, but if he keeps taking these concussions, there's a chance that Tua may not play play much longer. So I definitely feel like the Dolphins, they need to come up with a backup plan in case something happens. I don't wish nothing bad on Tua. I don't want nobody to take this as me saying that, I hope Tua never plays football again, or he's never going to play football again. It's just, we obviously saw in the Bills and Bengals game, that possibility is there. And with Tua taking all these concussions, it's a very strong possibility. So, I'm not wishing that bad on Tua. I'm just saying, there's a possibility that, he may decide to say, fuck this shit.
When he got hurt at Alabama, I'm like, he's not going to last in the NFL. Because first of all, you come into the league hurt. Mm-hmm. And then, he's shown that he doesn't have pocket presence. He doesn't know when to throw the ball away. He doesn't know when to, when you see a sack coming to fall down so you won't take the hit. He doesn't know any of that. He has to keep moving to create a play, and then resulting in him getting hurt. So he might be more cautious in that aspect of the game. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. But yeah, you keep getting concussions and shit, it's time to go. You're gonna end up like McMahon from the Bears.
Yep. All right, last one. I got to talk about my boy real quick, and I want to ask you just to make sure. Do you think my Pittsburgh Steelers have found their franchise QB in Kenny Pickett? Do you think they got that guy?
Yeah.
You in or out?
Yeah. And he's been playing a lot better lately too. Mm-hmm. But because he was the reason why that Pittsburgh, the college pick, why they won the ACC that year, because they win as he went, and shit. You got ready to rock out with fucking then. Let's do it. So right. I feel like the team's behind him. He's understanding the NFL game. He does make a couple of throws. What the fuck are you looking at?
He's a rookie.
From time to time, but right, he's a rookie, so that comes with time. So yeah, you have to give him some time. But I definitely feel like, we'll get a taste of it. We got to play Sunday, right?
Yes, Sunday.
When y'all play again, who y'all playing?
Cleveland.
Yeah, that's a very winnable game. But don't go in there thinking, we're gonna whoop their ass. Go in there, we finna whoop their ass. No, don't go in there like, well, they gonna lay over. They ain't got the playoffs to go to. They fucking suck. No, go in there and whoop
I
their ass.
want to show y'all something. I don't think we definitely going in there with that mentality, but I'm finna show you why. Cleveland, y'all done fucked up. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Can you see that? Can you see that? They're at our stadium. They're at our, look what they say.
Browns versus Steelers.
And look who that is, and look who that is in the background on the screen. Franco Harris, that just passed away, Steelers legend. And the tweet says, "Hey neighbor, see you in your hood Sunday, Steelers. Black Air Force energy is officially fucking activated. Minka's coming. Deshaun Watson, you finna feel all the TJ Watt and Minka Fitzpatrick.
They trying to get that boy killed, man.
Bro, we playing for one. Every player on the fucking Steelers loves Mike Tomlin, and they are playing to ensure that he does not have a losing season. We also still got the opportunity to get in the fucking playoffs. We still got something to play for. Y'all go post that shit. Y'all in trouble. Y'all in fucking trouble this week. But I'm all in on Kenny Pickett. I was all in on him from the jump. It's just we got a shitty ass fucking offensive coordinator, which I think we're gonna part ways with him this offseason. Also, I mean, it's his first year, it's his first year in NFL. He was also kind of thrust into a situation to where they had QB controversy, because keep in mind, we started off with fucking Mitchell Trubisky. And like you said, he's definitely played very well as of late. He's had the last 2 weeks, he's made a play on the Steelers' last drive of the game to fucking win the game for us. So, and he's done that with this shit. The last game, there was a video, nobody saw this, but his headset went out. And Matt Canada was trying to, give him the play, and he was letting him know, hey, like, my shit's out. And he pretty much just said, fuck it. That throw to Najee, that was all Kenny, bro. I don't think that was in the fucking playbook.
That's off script. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was off script. So, and I also want to say, fuck each and every last one of y'all for trying to call Najee a bust, trying to compare him to fucking Trent Richardson and all this other type of shit. I mean, the man is
Harris after his rookie year he had.
Bro, there was so many.
Because of his second year, look at the offensive line he had.
Not just the offensive line. It's like every there's been a lot of rookies that have had good rookie seasons and have had a sophomore slump. But like you're saying, even with this shitty ass offensive line, this terrible ass fucking offensive coordinator, Najee is 40-some yards away from entering having another 1,000-yard fucking season. He already got 1,000 yards from scrimmage. So this is for all y'all this, Najee maybe a bust and all this other type of bullshit. And this is, a lot of it is my own fans saying that shit. Stop that bullshit. Y'all gonna see next year once Matt Canada gone and we get a fucking
Alabama. Y'all like Alabama and Oklahoma fans. That nigga's crazy. The fan base is crazy, bro. What the fuck is this bullshit? Fuck Kenny Pickett. Fuck Mitchell Trubisky. Fuck Mike Tomlin. We fire everybody.
No, definitely fuck Mitchell Trubisky, because y'all obviously see if we wasn't gonna win shit if that was gonna be our QB all year. But yeah, y'all gonna see next year when Matt Canada's gone and we got a competent offensive coordinator, the AFC, we're taking AFC North back. We're taking AFC North back. So Cincinnati, have your fun while you got it. Baltimore, y'all had y'all run. It's gonna be us in Cleveland next year. I'm just letting y'all know that shit right now.
We'll see.
we will see. We will see. All right. So before we get out of here, bro, I got it. We're not gonna pick Super Bowl winners, but who you got coming out of the AFC this year? Who you got coming out of the NFC?
Chiefs and shit. Don't be surprised if fucking Tampa Bay and Minnesota and somebody weird like that. It could still be Eagles. I don't know. And it's like football, the shift in football last 5 years is crazy in terms of conferences.
Yeah.
That shit shifted crazy.
I got Buffalo. Yes, I'm picking again. I would love to see Kansas City in it this year, but I think Buffalo got a lot to play for, especially with the Damar situation. And I mean they look like a dominant team, and I'm gonna go Dallas. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out
You
on a
saying
limb.
that shit to jinx them, man. You saying that shit to jinx them so they
I'm
won't.
gonna go. I'm
You
gonna
know
go
what I
out
mean?
on.
You still
I'm gonna go
going
out
with
on
the
a
Eagles.
limb.
You
I'm
just
gonna
gonna say
go.
that bullshit. Where
I'm gonna
they
go
come
out.
from, man? Where that round? Where that come? You trying to jinx Dallas? I'm
No,
with you, man.
I'm
That's what I said,
going.
Minnesota.
I'm going Dallas on the
So the
strength for
Eagles
one on
win.
the strength of their defense, but CD has definitely emerged. Like last year was supposed to be his breakout year. This has been his breakout year. And then of course Pollard's hungry. He want I think that's gonna be the Dallas's starting running back next year. I think they're gonna try to dump Zeke off on somebody. But if they do, the only way they don't make it is, of course, Dak. Him doing the same dumb shit he's done with the fucking ball all year. But yeah, I'm gonna go. If not Dallas, I'm definitely going Philly. I'm definitely going Philly. And if Philly does get, Philly does get there, I don't have an Eagles jersey, but you will see me on the Pigskin Posse podcast with my shout out Ryan for this with my Oklahoma Jalen Hurts jersey. So if the it's either gonna be the Cowboys or the Eagles. I preferably be the Eagles, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and take the Cowboys. But if the Eagles do win, yes, I will be all on the podcast. I will be walking around that whole weekend with my fucking Oklahoma Jalen Hurts jersey on.
Fuck the Eagles. Shout out Jalen Hurts. Fuck with Jalen though,
man. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. All right, y'all. That's gonna be a wrap for this episode. Once again, man, thank y'all for tuning in. As always, it's much appreciated. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, spread the word. And for the next month, this is officially the last week of NFL preseason. For the next month, it is nothing but playoffs. Make sure y'all tune in. We're gonna have some of our some of the guests that we had on. We will have a couple of them. We will have some of them on the show in the coming weeks. So stay tuned for that. And as always, y'all can find us on YouTube, Spotify. We're gonna try to get Breland back on this fucking thing, and get some of these MMA predictions going. Get the group get the full group podcast back up and rolling. So we're looking forward to, and we are looking forward to a very eventful and very blessed 2023. Hopefully, we got some big things in store for y'all this year.